Hiya guys, welcome back. So I don't really know what sparked this, but I was just itching to do another style challenge. These are super fun and insanely stressful, but I always learn a lot whenever I do these. So I took a bunch of media from my childhood and decided I was gonna try and draw in those styles. I'm pretty proud with the end result, but you guys let me know what you think. With that said, welcome to the 10 Style Challenge Childhood Edition. So first up is Kim Possible. I mean, come on, who didn't grow up with this cartoon? I was in love with this show growing up. I had the dolls, I had the toys, I even still have some of the DVDs. You young ones won't know what those are. They aren't even Blu-ray. I was always rooting for the bad guy, weird as that may seem. They were always just cooler. So I'd have to say that Shigo was definitely my favorite character. Snarky, always in a bad mood, she was just so cool. I need to stop saying cool. And she matches Ash pretty well, so I went ahead and used her as my main reference. Pretty simple style, but looking back, I can definitely see the influence this show had on my style today. So that was actually kinda neat. Next up is a similar cartoon, Totally Spies. Did you guys know that this came out before Kim Possible? I always thought it came out after. Though it may seem really girly and kinda cliche, it was a really fun show. My brothers even remember watching a few episodes with me. It was just a trio of awesome spies kicking butt and all. I remember some of the plots would get really deep and the design of the gadgets would actually be pretty creative. A really nice touch was that the girls would wear different outfits in each episode, besides just their spy suit. It really made the show feel more alive, like the creators didn't want to just cut corners and copy and paste the same outfit throughout. I actually rewatched the series a while back and it's still pretty enjoyable. If you like Kim Possible, you'll like Totally Spies. This was another pretty easy style to try. The only thing that gave me any difficulty was that hair shine. It just didn't want to cooperate with me. I couldn't get that little wavy bit right. But I think it came out okay. Lucky for me, it's close to the anime manga style, so it was a bit more up my alley than most. Does anyone else remember this show, or is it just me? I loved my life as a teenage robot. I really feel like it's a forgotten gem from Nickelodeon. A pretty simple style. I don't know if I perfectly captured it, but I think I did pretty good. Let me know what you think down below. Oh good, back to anime. I actually didn't watch a whole lot of anime growing up. I know. Be shocked. I didn't actually get into it, I want to say, until about middle school. But Precure was one of the few magical girl series I actually liked. Go ahead and toss Sailor Moon and Tokyo Mew Mew right out the window. These were the good ones. This is actually still an ongoing brand, but unfortunately now it's gotten pretty diluted. The last one I really remember being into was Heartcatch Precure. That's another one I have to try. But here, I went ahead and used Cure Black from the very first series as my reference. She's about the closest I can get to Ash, since the characters in that show were generally a lot more bouncy and bright than our little edgelord over there. Oh, this was just a fun show. If you're into magical girl anime, give some of the Precure series a watch. Oh god, why did I think this was a good idea? So I mentioned in another video that I grew up on Lara Croft games. And Angel of Darkness was the very first one I remember playing. An under 10-year-old playing a game involving guns, murder, demons, and a sexy heroine. Yeah, that seems fine to me. I feel like this explains a lot. Huh. So, being that I grew up on the series, and the fact that I am an idiot apparently, I wanted to include this game specifically, instead of trying to choose one of the newer ones where the graphics got better. Dear God, this was hard. I was trying to get that same sort of polygon 3D look, which was pretty difficult. And then for the hair texture, I decided to lay down some screen tones instead of trying to make that texture myself, since I don't got time for that. I thought it was pretty smart, but I probably could have executed that a little bit better. I really don't know how I did on this one. Was definitely the most challenging out of the lot, so there's that. Don't ever let me try a 3D style ever again. Whoever let me think this was a good idea, you're fired. Again, a fun exercise, but not one I'm looking to try again anytime soon. If I ever get into 3D modeling, I'll try again and I'll let you guys see how that one goes. Next up is one of the best animes I have ever seen. Bobobo-bobobo-bobo. Yes, that is its real name. Bobobo-bobobo-bobo. Oh, it was so good. I actually watched a few scenes while drawing this and I nearly fell off my chair. I couldn't breathe, I was laughing so hard. It is the funniest anime ever. It's so self-aware and knows full well how ridiculous it is. Oh, it's so good. I'm serious. Go pause this and just go look up some scenes or something. It's hilarious. I know I went a bit overboard with the angles here, but I kind of wanted to replicate that style the show had when they were just mocking those serious, dark, edgy scenes. So I purposely made it a bit overboard. I tried to get some of that classic cross-hatching that the show would occasionally switch to, but I couldn't quite replicate it, so I just went ahead and stuck with the edgy style instead. And this is quite a tone shift, huh? Who let me try again with the 3D style? You're double fired. I kind of feel like this came out more as a realism challenge than a style challenge. It kind of reminds me of Disney, like if they sized the eyes down, then 3D Disney movies would look like Barbie movies. This probably seems really weird, huh? I grew up with Lara Croft video games and Barbie movies. I was a cultured child, gosh darn it. I actually still have the VHS tapes. Dear God, those just seem so old now. I remember you had to rewind the tapes after you finished watching whatever it was. If you didn't, it was just a sin in our house. They feel like antiques. I don't want to throw them out. I kind of want to just keep them and show future generations. Like, back in my day, we had to carry these clunky things 2 miles in the snow and pray that the VHS player didn't eat them. I think the ones that I had growing up were Barbie and the Nutcracker, Swan Lake, Rapunzel, and Princess and the Pauper. I think also I have the Mermaid and Fairy movies somewhere on DVD. Don't quote me on that. Originally, I was gonna go for more of that flat plastic style that the older movies had, but since the graphics improved quite a bit while I was still actively watching them, I incorporated some of the new movies in as well. I probably should have taken that mindset while doing the Lara Croft style. Darn it, self, why do you need to make things overly difficult? But I do feel like I did pretty well with this one. I'm pretty proud of it. Though I don't know if I'll be binge watching any of my Barbie movies anytime soon. But if someone from Mattel sees this, I will be more than happy to quit my retail jobs and come work for you guys and do all your artwork. I'm just saying. I will be more than happy to just take that paycheck. I will take the burden of that awesome paycheck. I bet you it's better than the minimum wage I got right now. Joy of being an artist, am I right? Never enough money, never enough time. Oh, someone print that on a mug or something. I just made one of those sappy motivational quotes. Okay, do I even need to introduce this one? If you don't know this show, we can't be friends. Invader Zim was a cornerstone of my existence. My mom would actually get annoyed. She knew some of the lines from the show. I watched it that much. Fun style, awesome show, watch it, but chances are you already have. Moving on. And back to the dolls. Funny enough, I don't think I knew Bratz was a doll line growing up. The very first time I remember seeing them, someone got me the Rock Angels video game. I don't even remember if I got any dolls growing up. I remember getting one of the movies, a coloring book which definitely does not show any artistic talent. I didn't even color inside the lines, to be totally honest. And I think I rented the Diamonds game from Blockbuster. May it rest in peace. I'll always miss you, Blockbuster, but not your outrageous late fees. And let me just say, by the way, I was the bomb at that modeling minigame. Just saying, if there was a competition, I would totally smoke you guys. Just being honest. The recording does skip over it, but I tried to replicate sort of that textured look that the artwork in-game had. I was smart this time. No 3D for me. Thank you very much. Plus, I like the artwork better than the actual game graphics. Everyone looked kinda scary in-game. And we finish up with one of my favorite animated Disney movies of all time growing up, Mulan. Did you guys hear that Disney and Sony are both making live-action remakes? This should be really interesting. I'm curious to see which, if either, stick to the actual story of Mulan, since that was a lot less family-friendly. I tried to differentiate Ash from Mulan as best I could while not deviating too much from the original style. I didn't want her to just look like a recolor, so I gave Ash more of the defined crease that she normally has, and obviously I left her lipstick on since that is one of Ash's main features. Little edgelord needs her dark makeup, gosh darn it, cause it's not a phase, Mom. I tried adding in her eyeshadow, but it just didn't look quite right, so I felt like that was a bit too much and I took it off. And here, I would just go back. If I felt like it would work, I went ahead and added some of the gradient in on her hair. Obviously, that's not gonna work with all of the styles, so some I just left as streaks and some I just didn't do. Then I replicated some of the backgrounds really quick just to give it a bit more dimension. Looking back, I think that Totally Spies, Precure, Invader Zim, and Bratz were definitely the ones that came out the best. The only one I'm not so sure on is the Angel of Darkness one. That one, I don't think I captured the style quite as well. The Kim Possible and My Life as a Teenage Robot ones were pretty fun. And I wasn't sure how those would turn out since I usually mess up on the more simplistic styles whenever I do those. There's a lot less detail, so it's easier to mess up. Not a whole lot of room for error, you know? I can't wait to do another one. It's always fun to see the end result, since it usually comes out looking way different than I thought it would. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this style challenge. If you have a style you'd like to see me try, let me know in the comments below. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but whatever, I'm gonna go with it. If you're an artist and you've never done a style challenge, try it out. You never know how it'll come out, and it really forces you to experiment and deviate from what you're used to. Leave a link below. I always love to see what you guys are capable of, since so many of you are insanely talented. I'm serious, some of you guys draw my characters way better than I do, and I'm just gonna sit here and be totally jealous that you have those skills. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, bye for now.